All right, welcome to the Black Pony Amateur League. We have Jurassic playing FaTaL. Jurassic we've seen a few times. FaTaL is a team that hasn't played in a little while, but they're kind of making their appearance back into the league with some new players here. So we're really excited about this. We saw some great play from Jurassic, really smart play, as well as very fast-paced, aggressive play. FaTaL, usually the same type of team. They're a little more balanced. They'll usually use an AR or two, but still a aggressive team as well. So we're going to look forward to this hard point, especially. This is going to be a lot of fun here. We talked a little bit earlier about whether FaTaL had scouted Jurassic, knowing that Schwink had a filthy HVK the last time they played. So we're wondering whether that HVK ban isn't targeted. But if they did scout Jurassic, I would not understand the M8 ban.
Well, maybe they just figure, that they were going to ban the M8 anyway, but they also wanted to get the HVK or something like that. Um, that would be my guess. Is that they plan on banning the M8, and they said, okay, well, we'll ban the HVK too, because we know what Jurassic can do with it. If that's what they did, maybe they planned on banning these ARs all along and just making it, sub happy. But in that case, I don't know how you let the Mana War slide through, but. Um, I expect to see some big numbers with the Mana War. I think we saw that Schwink was using it. Was that right? Before we had to quit out. So I think, you know, Jurassic to me has all the tools to really pull away with this hard point. Since they left the Mana War in, the way Jurassic plays hard point is really really good. I mean, you know me, I love my spawns and players with defined roles, and you can definitely tell Jurassic has defined roles for the players on their team. Each one of them has a job to do, and they do it. So, I'll be interested to see if FaTaL can kind of throw a wrench into what Jurassic does.
Yeah, I mean, I think they might be able to. Before we obviously had to quit out because they can't create a patch without making functional CWL matchups. We saw a lot of grenade usage, a lot of tacks, and that's something we don't see a lot of in this league, but we really wish we saw more of. So I'm going to be kind of excited about seeing whether there's a little bit more tack usage or a few more grenades maybe flying around in that hard point.
Boys.
Yeah, we also saw a rejack from both teams, which is not something we expect.
Yeah.
So we're really going to look. We're going to see whether there's any big rejack plays. Hopefully, score streaks are resetting again. And we will just see what the developers for Black Ops 3 are deciding to do with us this week.
Otherwise, we see a lot of streaks.
Well, otherwise we'll probably have to postpone. But let's take a look at what we got. That would actually be the second time this has happened to these two teams, if that is the case.
Well, maybe they're just cursed. Maybe they just shouldn't.
I know.
Play each other.
All right, we have Kuda.
VMP, Kuda.
Yep.
Oscar Mike.
And it looks like Schwink has pulled out the KN-44.
My favorite. All right. Looking forward to this.
Got the Mana War. So if you remember Jurassic in the evac hardpoint, they did a 2 AR 2 sub setup as well, and it looks like that's what they're doing again.
So let's take a look here. I'm starting with Schwink.
Well, he just took a headshot as soon as I switched over to him. So let's.
All right, they are resetting. It is confirmed.
Right.
Score streaks are resetting. So I think we are good to go now.
Excellent. Well,
all right.
FaTaL off to an early lead behind Integrity and his two-piece.
And he
just got killed by his teammate's trophy.
I've never seen that in my life.
I was on his POV. I saw that happen.
I was as well. The stream was. We'll be able to watch that one with popcorn a little bit later. That's probably the best team kill of the year. So I'm definitely excited that we caught that one. No one really running away in terms of slaying. COD Cali over here, 4-1, doing some pretty strong work for FaTaL as we move into that second hard point. Jurassic already in the hard point, taking up some time. On with Saturn right now with a VMP kind of guarding the entrance. He's about to get pinched, though. They're coming from both sides on him, so he's
Yeah,
going to
Cod
fall.
Callie's, he's taken the spawn. Well, as soon as I say that, he dies. But he had taken the spawn there for a minute, but now Jurassic should be in control of them. Well, no, we've got some FaTaL guys in the hardpoint. Matrix is in the hardpoint. He's kind of like the last man alive, trying to do anything he can. Yeah, now he's dead. So this should be some good time for Jurassic here. If they can just get maybe 1 or 2 kills under pressure, they're going to pick up some time. Trying to see what...
And we have the first rejack coming out, and Saturn uses it to stay in the hardpoint. I got to give him a little bit of credit. I guess it was semi-effective there. Sitting with Schwenk now at 8-4 on a 3 streak as we are going into the 3rd rotation of these hardpoints here. And already, no surprise, Jurassic is set up strong in the hardpoint. We're going to need to take a look at when Jurassic is rotating, because they've really, I mean, they're not only in the hard point when it transitions, they're set up to defend it. So my guess is they may be rotating a little bit early. I know, FaTaL's been breaking it.
Yeah, when you're rotating, and that's the thing, when you're rotating and you're controlling spawns, you just can flood more. So even if FaTaL's breaking them a little bit, and Schwenk, by the way, is totally streaked out, but even if FaTaL's breaking, you know, here and there, if Jurassic's holding these spawns, they're just going to keep flooding in over and over, which is exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of brings up the point is, we talk a little bit about when you play with the anchor, a lot of times it's almost like you're playing 3-on-4, right? You know, you're trying to take 3 men to break a hill, but when you've got spawns, it just seems like you're, even though you're 3-on-4, it feels like you have that 4th man because they're coming in constantly. They're being flooded back into the hard point. And we're almost at Torn right now. Just broke the hill by himself, and he finally
Felix only has 9 engagements total. I mean, that's the definition of a guy just getting spawns for you. He's a man after my own heart, clearly. I see another rejack up. I'm not sure who that is. I saw the smoke.
Let's take... We are going to stay on with tank, because there's a rule on this stream, when you have charged gravity spikes, we wait to use them. But it looks like if he uses it, he's going to drop on a teammate's head. So we'll see. And there it is!
Oh boy, he got it.
Only one.
Oh, he got killed by Dart. He got killed by Dart.
I was expecting more. I thought it could have been a better gravity spike there, but he used it at the right time. It made sense. He was trying to reload. So, you know, good use of the gravity spike that we love to see. On with Matrix now. Not getting a whole lot of love. He's going to be moving into the next hard point and kind of breaking it, although he falls shortly thereafter. Switching to Saturn in the hard point, shooting up teammates a little bit. Just some love taps, not a big deal.
So I was on with Jurassic there. I was trying to watch them rotate and see how early they were going to rotate, and they rotated early. It was Saturn actually and Jewel Picks. They were on a rotation really early, and so when this new hardpoint popped up, they were ready to control it immediately. And I think that's been a big reason that they've been able to build this lead in the early going. Their rotation was very early and it was very good. But this is a crucial moment for FaTaL. They're in the hardpoint. They spawn Jurassic out. So let's see this. If you're gonna pick up some time, this is where you're gonna do it, and immediately they lose the hardpoint. That's a tough break there for FaTaL.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you look at the game score right now, Jurassic up to about a 480, what is that, an 80-point lead just about, and they only have one man who's positive. Well, now they do. They have a few more now, but a second ago they had a 75-point lead. They only have one positive player, and it goes to show you the value of the spawns and strategies and good rotations. You know, Jurassic just playing a really smart game right now.
Yeah, they're just a good hardpoint team, man. They know what they're doing in this game mode. They really might be. They may play hardpoint as well as any team in this league plays any individual game mode.
Yeah, but you know, no one really. You know, Schwenk is obviously Schwenk has been their kind of slayer.
Here comes the War Machine. Got nothing done. Nothing done.
Oh, when will they learn? When will they learn, Swagger?
They won't learn. But man, Schwenk with the KN, man, he really was doing some work right there. I was actually watching him for a few minutes there, and Schwenk is dropping his lightning, I believe. Yeah, he's dropping his lightning.
A little bit of a late rotation for Jurassic, but it doesn't matter. They end up taking the next hill here.
Throughout the counter
Satorn
UAV as
does
well.
still have his lightning strike. He is charged up on
this is a
his
good time to drop it.
rejack.
TACCOM.
Lightning strike is tough to use on this map, depending on what hill you're in.
Really is. There's so many
I was
indoor
about to say
hills.
this is a good hill to use it from inside the hill, but as right as I say that, he drops it on his team. So here
Well,
comes
I
FaTaL
think,
with another push. Oh, this is going to be a big hellstorm.
you know, I
He only
think
got
the
one.
way to play lightning strikes in this map is to use them on rotation, and you get people moving from one hill to the next, because almost all the hills are
Yeah.
indoors. In fact, all of them are indoors. So it's not like you're going to be able to drop it on an area that actually breaks the hill for you. Your best bet is to go all the way around. Like, I'll drop it on both sides of a hill on rotation and try and break their rotation, rather than necessarily breaking the actual hill itself. Now, the Purifier is charged up for Jolpix, so we'll see how he elects to use this.
I don't think he's going to
Schwenk
beat it.
kind of-
Jurassic is just pulling away here.
Yeah, I mean, this one... I mean, just look at the amount of engagements between these guys. I mean, it's not often that you see a team with almost 100 kills in a game of Hardpoint, but when you get two aggressive, fast-paced teams like this, that's what's going to happen, and Jurassic takes this one in a landslide. I mean, 250 to 75, and I don't think FaTaL played bad. I mean, if you look at it, you know, rough game from Matrix, but other than that, you know, Cod Cali is positive. Integrity, kind of negative. Tank, a little bit negative.
I will end you.
But, you know, when you look at this, and the way I interpret it, and I think that Kenya's probably going to agree with us, is that Jurassic was pushed out for most of the game.
Yeah, but also Jurassic just, I mean, first of all, Satorn had over 3 minutes of hill time, which is impressive. But Jurassic just outslayed them in every way. I mean, the lowest score on Jurassic's team was only 2 points off the high score for FaTaL. So
Yeah.
they really just picked up kills, and they just played organized, intelligent hardpoint. Like, you know, there's two ways to play hardpoint. If you're this isn't a slight, but just an example would be the viral way, which is run at you and gun you down. And then Jurassic's way, which is, you know, control the spawns, rotate early, and you know, that's the way I prefer, but I'm certainly not going to say one is definitely better than the other. I just think that Jurassic is a really great example of a very organized hardpoint team.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's there's different strategies to play. You know, a lot of times we talk about one team played smart or another one didn't. You know, it all depends on your gun skills. And you know, when you look at a team like Jurassic, we've criticized them before for not being great on rotations. A lot of times they're not. A lot of times they hang on to a hill to the last second and then they charge into the next hill, but that's okay because they break it.
Are you talking about viral, right? Not Jurassic.
I'm sorry, yeah, not Jurassic, viral. I'm sorry, viral. You know, viral, they'll go late into a hill and then they'll approach it from three sides, they'll rush in and they'll break it, and that's fine. That works for them. Other teams, you know, like Jurassic, are going to rotate very early and set up and kind of have their strategies going into the games, and I think either one can work.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit about. Well, before we go, let's do the MVPs here. For me, I think it's got to be Schwenk.
Yeah, I agree. Schwenk was really he's really controlling the you know, the important parts of the map with his KN-44. He did a nice job.
All right, Kenya, who's your MVP? Schwenk?
It was definitely Schwenk, and I mean, Jurassic, you guys brought up a good point. They pushed out really well, they held spawns really well, and then FaTaL had the problem of just sending in one guy after the other to try to get the hard point. That's never going to work. When Jurassic lost the hard point a few times, they had coordinated pushes. They just did everything right, and I think that's why you saw such a lopsided score. They were just doing everything they could right, so... I mean, FaTaL could have done some things different, but in the end, they did get outslayed, so it's kind of hard to... It's not really something you can change.
Yeah, and I'll
no one
give you
even
one
had
more.
20 kills on FaTaL's side. I mean, I'm not talking trash. I'm just saying that just shows you how much they got outslayed. Is that they didn't even have one guy reach the 20 kill mark.
So, Kenya, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit here as one of our SMG specialists. We noticed that Jurassic used SMGs almost the whole game. The only guy who didn't was their anchor. how do you counter a heavy SMG lineup? What would you change if you're FaTaL?
I mean, it's rough because on that map, the hard points are in such close quarters that SMGs are the way to go. And if you're going to be an AR team, you need to set up really well, post up, push out the hard points so that you don't let those SMGs get into the hard point, or if they do get in, they're already weakened a couple bullets so that they die really fast when they get in there.
All right, and then the last thing we saw was that not a ton of defense for either team. How do we interpret that? We'll ask both of you, but let's start off with Kenya. How do you interpret the lack of defense?
That was just Jurassic owning the game, and they didn't have to defend because I don't think FaTaL made great pushes. And then, FaTaL didn't have a lot of defense because they didn't defend, they were just broken immediately.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started, and then I'll ask Swagger the same question here. Swagger, why the lack of defense? What's going on here?
Well, FaTaL had a lack of defense because they had a lack of hill time, frankly. They didn't have too much hill time. Well, I'm serious. I mean, they only had 75 seconds of hill time, and they had 17 defends in those 75 seconds. Jurassic scored 250, and they had 21 defends. So when Jurassic was in the hill, they were getting kills pushed out. We're going to want to change the map, guys. Just FYI.
Thank you.
Fringe.
The Jurassic was, only had 4 more defends with 3 times the hill time. And that's because they were getting kills for pushed outside of the hard point. That's why you see so few defends for them. FaTaL just, I think actually that's a normal amount of defends per time in the hard point. So if you multiply FaTaL's hard point time by 3, they've got 41 defends, instead of their 17. So they were under pressure in the hard point, and Jurassic was pushed out, and they weren't under pressure in the hard point. I think that's the difference that you see.
Okay, yeah, I think you kind of hinted what I was getting at there. What confused me, I guess, is that you saw Jurassic with almost 100 kills, he had only 20 defends, and I think the answer there is that they were so far pushed out that people didn't quite make it into the hill. HVK, not a surprise. HVK, VMP, I think, is 2 smart bans from FaTaL. Overdrive and High Cal, nothing to...
In S&D is a little surprising to me. Was that, and I don't remember, did we see Jurassic using that a lot? And I see an M8's a lot less surprising. I don't remember Jurassic using as many HVKs in S&D, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
I think Schwink still used it. I would have to go back and check. I think he still used his HVK.
His KN-44 was pretty nice in the last game, so I'm not too worried if I'm Jurassic.
While you may be... Krillic may be near and dear to your heart. I think Schwink is becoming my boy in this league for using the KN effectively because obviously, we've talked about it, my favorite gun, I think vastly overrated, and no one seems to want to use it. Nothing too crazy on the ban protect there, I don't think.
Well, there was a Pharaoh and an HVK ban, which I just find interesting in S&D because those typically aren't S&D guns that you see too often. I don't know, maybe I try and do something different with, get overkill out of there or get the tax out of there or something like that. The specialists look pretty much standard procedure, no rejack this time. If you're going to use a rejack, you use an S&D.
We're using rejack on hard points and not S&D. I've become a recent fan of rejack. I just started using it on S&D, and I've had a couple game-ending kills with it. The problem, of course, is that you usually only get 1 unless you're really dominating. But not as bad as... people don't give rejack enough love. I understand. So I wouldn't blame you for Psychosis or Glitch over a rejack, obviously. Especially the Glitch. We've seen some pretty strong glitches in this league. But...
No, you're just confusing it with watching me play S&D with Glitch, actually.
Well, you are strong with the Glitch. I don't even know if I've actually ever played an S&D with active, because we have an active camo specialist on our team with Kenya there. He's kind of the active master. But, I go back and forth between Psychosis, Rejack. I played around with Overdrive a little bit and was never really a fan of it.
They banned... that's another interesting ban now that you mention it. They banned Overdrive as well.
A lot of people do. You see that a lot on the pro circuit with the Overdrive ban, and I get why.
Not as much on S&D, though.
Yeah, I've seen it quite a bit. I mean, you can get the power flank. Not on this map, I think. It's hard to power flank somebody because people cover the two lanes that you would do that from. But on something like Hunted, I totally understand an overdrive. I mean, you can take it and wrap all the way around lower bridge and come up behind people
Yeah,
within a matter of seconds. I like it.
maybe. I mean, if I'm gonna ban specialists on this map, and really in S&D in general, I'm banning Heat Wave first, and then Active as well. I don't think I'm gonna ban Overdrive. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's getting me with
Yeah,
Overdrive, then they're just gonna get me. I don't know if I'm gonna use a ban on it, but there's definitely the ban protects were definitely interesting for this round. Um, just some unique choices. We'll see how they come into play, or maybe they won't come into play at all. But um, we'll see. Who's your pick for this S&D?
I'm gonna go FaTaL. We've seen nothing against Jurassic. I'd like to see Game 3, but we saw last time when they played TK that Jurassic was very strong in hardpoint. They weren't as organized in their S&D.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
yeah,
FaTaL. What do you
definitely.
think?
I'm gonna take Jurassic. I think they're pretty strong. I'd be surprised if they don't
Neural training
kind of.
here.
Kenya, who's winning it?
I'm gonna have to go with Jurassic if their SMG skills hold up in this one. It's gonna be
Oh,
over. I
please tell
think.
me we have
Yeah,
a dredge.
let's.
We have a dredge. Dredge
Excellent.
sighting. The dredge
Well, you got to
is
start
on
with tank. He's got the
integrity.
sniper.
Well, I'm trying to go through here. We got Sniper, Dredge, Kuda, and Kuda for FaTaL. We have Kuda, Jolpix with the SVG. Schwink has my KN-44 like a man. Jurassic has a double sniper setup. I don't know how I feel about that, but it looks like they are using Overkill. Did Overkill make it through?
Yes, it did.
Jurassic has two snipers with Overkill, so that is a bit of a game changer there.
Yeah, that's why you ban it instead of overdrive. But hey,
And
right as
we're
we
gonna
say
move
that,
on.
FaTaL's 4v1.
We are on with Schwink now.
Oh boy, this is why you don't use the
Whoa.
KN. Yeah, that's why you don't use the KN.
You know what? That is why you use an extended mag. I see you, Schwink. I
Yeah.
also use the extended mag on my KN at times. Oh, man.
He's
Two
He's
down.
got two down, and he's
He's
got
feeling
some room to
delicious.
operate here.
Here
He's got to
it
hurry up
comes.
though. He's got to hurry up. Oh man.
Oh, my.
Oh, he just narrowly avoided. I don't know if Matrix saw him, but I don't know if he has enough time to do this now. He's got to man up and make a push
Oh.
here. He's about to run into one guy. Oh my gosh.
There's
Are you gonna
one.
do this?
Is he gonna
Are
do
you gonna
this?
do this?
Schwink, man up. Schwink, man up.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, he doesn't have
back.
time. Oh, he doesn't
He
have
doesn't have the
time.
time to do it, but he's going
Yes,
to
he
get...
does.
Oh,
it's
and
too
then they
late.
fall. Well, great effort by Schwenk. His whole team goes down pretty early, and he really kind of mans up there. But again, you saw a little bit more of a disorganized hit by Jurassic. And it's an aggressive hit. We've talked about this. We talked about it last week. At times, that was their downfall. They're very aggressive. And I think sometimes you really want to wait till you have a man advantage, especially when you're using snipers. Wait till you have a man advantage and then be that aggressive team that we've seen early on here.
Hey, we gotta go with Jewel Picks. He's trying to hit some Nagafin stuff.
All right, Jewel Picks, the Naga Junior. Let's see if he can pull it off. Not quite.
Yeah, he actually saw a guy though, with his thermal. He saw a guy top arms. So he did pick up some info there. Schwink gets first blood. Ah, man, that KN is working.
Jewel Picks with some
Ooh,
strong movement there.
Bomb online.
Bomb is down on the B bomb site. And we are 4 versus 3 for Jurassic right now. Jewel Picks moves to the back and takes up a sniper position. We're going to be on with Cod
gets
Cali,
caught out
who
of
takes
position.
him out.
Cali takes him down, but he gets traded. Schwink picks up another with the
And it's
KN.
down to the
integrity
extended
with his
mag.
dredge.
His extended mag dredge.
Extended
I
mag
will have you
BOA
know.
dredge.
And integrity falls. That evens it up for the side of Jurassic. We are 1-1. The
Yeah, that,
extended mag BOA dredge.
I mean,
I've said that I think more people are like, we joke about the dredge. It's better than you think, especially for if you're trying to play
yeah,
like
for killing zombies,
and
it's real good.
if you're, we had somebody using a dredge on uplink on infection, playing middle stairs, and just absolutely dominating us with it. It can be useful. Oh my gosh, tank just tries to step on a man and kill him, but yeah, that doesn't work yet in this league, as
I think I heard
Integrity is
shotgun. I think I
busted out
heard
the shotgun. We are on with him now. We are on
You
with
know, if I'm not
Integrity
mistaken,
and the shotgun.
Is Integrity not the guy we actually just played tonight in Uplink using a dredge and a shotgun?
Charges acquired.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Excellent.
And
well, good to see you
Integrity
stick
finds
to
himself as... Oh!
He finds
And
himself dead.
blows-
That's where he finds
He
himself.
blows off Satorn's head before getting cleaned up.
Jumped.
I mean, my goodness. Yeah, so Torn took one for the team there, that's for sure.
You know, we talk about the decoy or the meat shield, if you would. There was no meat shield. He was shot through with that.
Protect the
Well,
objectives.
Schwink is off to a heck of a start here.
Bomb acquired.
We gotta watch
Yeah.
Jewel Picks and see if he can get himself on the board with the sniper. He's trying. He's running around like a crazy person. I just want to see him get one. Don't give up
Yeah,
on
I
it
would
yet,
too.
buddy.
No, you give it one or two looks, then you gotta move on. We're
So Torn
sitting
gets
with
first
Schwink
blood
now.
with Kuda.
My boy Schwink and his KN-44.
And Fish.
And there it is.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, he's on a 5 streak.
Schwink. He's,
Oh,
yeah, and he
we
finally
cursed him.
falls. Yeah, we did.
The bomb
Bomb
has
is
been
down. Krillix gets it down over at B. Meanwhile, you know, we're down to one
You're the last man
and
standing.
one on
Showing
one.
grace under
We are
Oh, he
on
sees him.
with
So smart, so
Matrix.
smart not to fire there. Krillix saw him. Oh, now he tried.
Oh, and he
almost
just
got him with
loses the gun
psychosis.
battle.
goes on.
He had psychosis. He got first shot. He got the first draw. He got first bullet off, and he just lost the gun
Well,
battle.
It's funny because you were on with Matrix. I was actually on with Krillix, and he saw Matrix jump out of back barn, but he didn't have time to make the kill, so he didn't fire at all. And he knew, so he knew exactly where Matrix was. The psychosis took him off guard there for a minute, but he played that really well. Sometimes, you know, it's hard to hold off, and you fire right when you see somebody. He was very patient there, not giving away his position, and making a good play out of back barn. And Matrix got a first blood this time, but Satorn just picks up a 2-piece to answer right away. He
We're gonna
pops,
go on with
Satorn pops his
Matrix.
psychosis. Yeah, let's watch Matrix, see what he does. He's the only man positive right now for
You're the
FaTaL.
last man standing.
And he
Showing
is down to
grace
a
under pressure.
1v3 now for FaTaL. You know, this would be a big clutch moment for
They
Matrix
know
if he
where
can
he
pull
is
this
too.
one
You
off.
can see Jurassic moving on the mini
They're
map. They're about to
circling
pinch
him.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is. Or, well, maybe they don't. I thought they were. They
It looked
actually
like they were
just right by him.
Well, no, they're about to.
Yeah, now Krillix
And
knows. Krillix sees him.
behind
Unnecessary
you.
stun, but yeah, unnecessary stun, Krillix. But
Well, the defuse will go to Krillix. Can't see anyone else that
Yeah, it's
should
gonna-
use it,
it's gonna-
so.
give him a heat wave.
No, it's not. It's only gonna. Oh, it's gonna give him a heat
He
wave.
got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Them. Maintain your momentum.
All right, so Jurassic goes up to a 4-1 lead.
Watch this. Yep. Just threw a stun at him for good measure.
Just to make sure he couldn't move.
Yeah.
They're gone.
I would have laughed if he had tack on and he
Switching
turned and
operation
shot
ready
him,
for
but
it.
This is. So let's go on with someone on FaTaL here. I feel like we haven't seen too much of them. Let's
Yeah,
go on
we
with
really-
Tank. Tank sniping.
gonna-
Let's check him out.
we are on with Tank in the thermal SV. We saw some thermal smoke sniping earlier. Yep, there it is again.
He's going for.
Oh! Tank! Tank, don't do it to him! Wow.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad we started off with him. Tank just saying, I'm tired of this.
Oh,
And
Satorn. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Were you just happen to be on Satorn's POV?
I was
Last
not.
man standing.
He just. Wow. I'm trying to be nice to poor Matrix, but man, he just
We
toyed
lost
with
the
him.
battle, but the war goes on. Bring your A game.
Ooh. Well, I think the highlight, even though they lost, the highlight on that one was Tank's snipe. I mean, that was ruthless.
Yeah.
Even before
Switching
the
operation ready, boy.
smoke came out too, which. All right, well we're gonna go ahead 5-1 now.
Eliminate
Not
the
looking good for
objective.
FaTaL. I mean, they're going to go ahead and looks like Tank now on top of Peaches using the thermal snipers, trying to look for that.
He's about to get hit by an HC, and Krillic opens the game up with a grenade kill.
Hostile lightning strike
Oh,
target.
Yeah, for this
right.
HC, he's about to get Tank. Yep, you gotta use flak in S&D, guys. And that's
Guys,
right.
black
That's
flak
fine,
jacket
yeah.
required.
Oh, Integrity picks up the shotgun
Required for
kill.
S&D games, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you have to be using flak jacket on S&D. You can't not. Whoa. Oh, Integrity with the shotgun, so he gets himself a kill. But all right, COD Cali, you got to keep your team in the game.
It's up to you. FaTaL's life is in your hands right now. He makes it a one-on-one. See if he can
Jewelpix
pick
is trying
up
to
the
snipe him.
final.
Go over to Jewelpix. He's trying to snipe him.
Finish this. Lone Wolf.
Oh
Fight
boy.
for the win.
Yeah, these are the types of things you can afford to do when you're up 5-1.
Yeah.
FaTaL takes
Yeah.
game 7 to make it 2-5.
I'm surprised he didn't die right there.
That is a fast shooting man of war.
Yeah, something's going on with the Man of War. It's definitely firing faster.
Switching
I think
operation ready,
there's
boy.
there's a buff that we are seeing here that happened with the update this morning.
Defend the objectives.
All
Alright,
right,
who do you wanna
let's
watch?
start. You know, we haven't given Integrity a lot of love. We're gonna start with Integrity. Give him watch
Dredge.
this for a little bit with the Dredge. Yeah, I want to see some Dredge
There you
work.
go. This is my spot right
Here
here.
it comes.
Where he is. And that's why.
Yes,
Yep, Dredge kill,
There.
baby. He sees the
Power
guy
Dredge
top
right
granny.
there. Power Dredge. All right, let's
Krillic
jump
though.
on to
Krillic
Jolpix.
answered with.
Jolpix
he
falls
died.
fairly. Krillic has his heat wave charged up.
And a
He's,
dart.
and a dart, so we'll see whether he
He's
decides
about,
to. I mean,
to come up behind a guy here. He's about to come up right behind COD. Oh no, COD Cali. Good spot. Good spot.
cuts him down, and Saturn, the only one left, is gonna
All right.
make
here we
it
go.
the
1v1.
one-on-one. They saw each other. They both know where they are. We'll see who ultimately wins it.
Oh, COD Cali's firing at something.
Bomb. I mean, Storm's
Oh,
got to
he's
get the
about to get
bomb. I don't
flanked.
know
Oh,
if
he's
Cod
about to get
Cali
flanked.
realizes it.
Back.
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, this is over.
He sees him.
Oh no! Oh
He
no! He
sees
went
him.
by him.
Nope. And Saturn finishes him off for the win. Jurassic takes it 6-2. After we not criticized, but questioned whether Jurassic's play was as good as their S&D was as good as their hardpoint play, they put on
I
a
did
pretty
not
strong
question it.
performance for us.
Yeah, they did.
So Jurassic quickly establishing themselves as one of the stronger teams in this league. I mean, I think Schwink started off with a great game, and then Saturn ran away with those last three.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he
13
got a
and
2-piece.
5.
Did he? I'm pretty sure he got 2 kills in 4 straight rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I mean, he might have died as well in some of those rounds, but I'm pretty sure he had at least 2 for the last 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I mean, when somebody goes 13 and 5 in S&D, you're probably not losing. Let's go ahead and bring in Kenya here. What keys to the game did you see?
There was only one. It was the Jurassic SMG skills.
Yeah.
I mean, they outgunned FaTaL with SMGs. I mean, FaTaL was pulling out shotguns, and Shivas, and everything trying to counter the SMGs, and nothing worked. So, not much you can do there if you're getting, outgunned with the SMGs. The M8 didn't make it into that game, so it's kind of hard, picking and choosing what you're going to use. The Dredge worked a little bit, but not enough to win in the game.
Yeah, for me, one of the things that surprised me is, we talked about Jurassic. They could be some of the best SMGs in our league. I did not understand the M8 ban coming from FaTaL. I would have wanted to try and play a distance game against these guys, so it surprises me a little
on that
bit.
map.
It surprises me a little bit
you
that there
really
wasn't
could've.
more of a or, how about this? I'm going to give a hint to future teams that play Jurassic. Ban the grip. Let them try and use these submachine guns without a grip.
I don't know
here's
though.
the
There
thing,
was a
though,
lot of
right?
kudos.
Yeah, and
The
we're talking
CUDA is
about-
the most manageable, but still, all of these submachine guns, if you have a grip, you're going to use it. it's kind of like high cal on an AR. Um, very rarely do you see a Cuda without a grip. Or I'm sorry, any sub without a grip. But Cuda's the one that you probably could get away with. So from reload to the rest of the league, let's ban the grip against Fate or against Jurassic next time and see what
You know
happens.
what? Here's the thing about that though. We're talking about Jurassic's SMGs, and in that game, Saturn did a great job with the SMG, but I don't think that's the calling card of Jurassic. They have more like Schwink was using a KN-44 in both games tonight. They use a 2-2 split in every single game mode we've ever seen them play. So they're not like Viral, who's going to bust out 4 VMPs and fly at you. If you're going to beat Jurassic, you know what you should honestly do? You should protect some stuns, and you should definitely leave the M8 in if you're in this game in particular. But you've got to like, you got to slow down and hold some positions, and don't let them advance on you, if that makes sense. Like, you've got to hold your power spots and try to keep them out of your face.
Okay. Well, so we different strategies on. We've heard from. I say ban the grip. Swagger says stun grenades. Kenya, again, our resident SMG expert. If Black Pony Gaming was going up against Jurassic tomorrow, how would you approach that team, and what would you do to them?
Well, one, if it was S&D, I would definitely keep the M8 in. Secondly, I think Jurassic has a really fast kind of, I want to say a fast mid push. Like they get to mid map pretty fast, and then they kind of settle down. So the way you're going to counter that is maybe have two SMGs push out to mid map, and you're going to have ARs cover them and kind of attack them at mid map before they get that mid map control, because that killed FaTaL this whole game. So you're going to have to do something like that in order to slow them down a little bit, push them back to their spawn, and then take it from there.
All right. Well, we'll see whether any of the teams heed that advice. That has been it for this series. Jurassic takes it 2-0. We are going to have another matchup tomorrow as Heptic takes on TK. Matchup we have not had yet, but one that I'm going to be excited to cast tomorrow with those two teams. We're going to look forward to seeing more from both of them. Like we said, we've seen FaTaL come out and we've seen FaTaL blow us away a few times. We've seen FaTaL come out not quite as strong. They've been hot and cold this season. Jurassic so far, obviously starting off very impressive. So we'll look forward to the matchup tomorrow, as well as seeing some more from these teams. This has been BP Reload, BP Swagger, and BP Kenya. Don't forget, you can follow us at Black Pony Gaming on Twitter. You can also go to our website, www.blackponygaming.com, and check out previous matchups, stats, rankings, anything that you might want there. But either way, tomorrow's game will be starting 1 hour early at 8:30 Eastern. So we will look forward to seeing everyone again at 8:30 tomorrow. Good games to both teams.